Now, you guys know about my take on supplements. I don't really take a lot of supplements.
Alright, we all know Mike Chang from his Get Ripped Fast videos.
What's up, guys? It's Mike with Six Pack Shortcuts.
Let's just take a look at some of the advice that he's giving us. Some of the amazing advice to his secret shortcut to six-pack abs.
Just remember, guys, anytime when you want to lean down, you want to burn belly fat, just remember it's all about your calorie burning versus your calorie eating. If your burning is higher than the amount of calories you eat, you will lean down, you will burn your belly fat and get six-pack abs.
Here's Mike Chang's secrets to bodybuilding on a budget.
Ritz crackers, super good, super high in calories. You want to go ahead and get some extra calories in, and those things taste really good too. And I'll be eating my crackers. Super cheap, another great way to put on a lot of calories.
Here is actually what's in Ritz crackers.
Here's another tip, whole milk. Milk has a lot of calories. Don't go slim, don't go 2%. Go with whole milk. You can buy a whole gallon of milk for like what, $3.50, $4 at the very most. There's a lot of ways to go ahead and get more calories in at a very cheap price.
Milk is actually an acidic protein that attacks your body.
If you look at the North American diet, I mean, why is it that North Americans consume the most amount of dairy but still have the highest cases of osteoporosis?
Buy all this expensive organic crap. Stick with the basics. PB&J if you like that, or if you like, you know, bologna sandwiches or ham sandwiches.
Mike, let me tell you right now, sticking to the basics is eating what a Mother Nature is providing for us. What comes from nature, that is the basics.
Hank, what looks basic here? This piece of broccoli or this pack of bologna?
Let me see.
Because you need to get those calories in if you want to get big. You know what I did? I just didn't care. I just went and ate it anyways. And you know what? I'm fine.
Did you hear that, Hank? Did you hear that tone? Fine. Just fine.
Just fine.
I mean, do you want to live your whole life and just say, you know, it was a fine life? Is that what you really want? What you go for? I mean, Mike's pitching a lot of things that he claims to be the greatest way to do things, and all he's feeling is just fine.
Just fine.
I know for me on a vegan lifestyle, I feel tremendous.
Amazing.
I feel fantastic. I'm in the best shape of my life.
But don't worry, guys. Mike, he's gonna show us how to buy lean protein from the grocery store.
Don't worry, he's gonna show us his lean, mean, sage-like wisdom on red meat here.
Looks good. Look at that. Pork loin boneless. I like pork. Very lean. Good. Beef top round steak. Perfect. If you can go out there and kill a cow, you know what? More power to you.
Mike, seriously, this is your idea of fresh protein?
Chicken in a box. Probably not the best alternative. Well, probably not the best option to go through as far as option number one. So you always want to go with fresh.
Yeah, Mike, you always want fresh protein. So that's why you're buying the chicken in a box. Here, Mike, I'll show you what grocery shopping for fresh protein looks like.
This is the shit right here.
Yeah, Mike, I totally agree. That is shit.
Frozen chicken for a backup, there are way better sources of protein for a backup. We use lots of cans, beans, lentils, 6-bean blends.
So here's more of the fajita section. I used to grab a lot of fajitas for protein source because they're really good, because they're really lean. You have chicken breast. There's something wrong with that number.
And you're just starting to figure that one out, Mike? But don't worry, guys, we got some actual lean proteins for you right here.
I mean, you want to talk about protein, when you talk about lean protein, you're talking about getting the protein with as little fat as possible. And that's why they say chicken's a lean protein, because it is less fat for you than red meat. But if you want to talk about lean protein, you want to talk about the king of lean protein, we're talking plants, I'm talking spinach. Nothing is leaner than my protein I get from my spinach.
Talk to my man Spinach. He's going to tell you I ain't got barely any fat on me. Just lean, clean sources of plant-based
Not
protein.
only is this protein great for you and lean, but your body can absorb it so much more easier than the protein that you get from red meat and chicken.
Suggesting that is you can have these kind of like backup, put it in your freezer, put it in there, forget about it.
Exactly, Mike. Forget about it.
Put it in there and forget about it.
Beef fillets, but look at this one. It's like I'm at a candy store.
Mike! God!
Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed shopping with me. I picked up a lot of meat today.
But don't worry, Hank, don't worry. Maybe Mike has some other useful advice.
Absolutely, he's got so many subscribers, he must have something, some kind of nugget of truth in there.
When it comes to getting ripped, you gotta make sure the calories that you eat is low enough so this way it gives your body an excuse to burn fat.
Hank, how many calories do you eat in a day?
Probably around 4,000, 5,000, maybe a little north some days.
So with Mike Chang's logic here, it's going to be impossible for us to lose weight.
But protein is probably gonna take up a good majority part of your calories, right?
No, Mike. Actually, we only get about 10% protein from the food that we eat.
And I just want to say that people are all about, get your protein, eat all this protein. Yes, we do need protein. I would say roughly around 10%, but what you want to be eating the most of is carbohydrates, because that's where you're going to be getting your energy from. And it needs the fat and the proteins, not 30-40%, but about 10 and 10, maybe a little bit more. But that's what your body needs to keep these muscles strong, to keep building the fundamental blocks. But while your body is maintaining itself and building muscle, you're going to be wanting to getting your energy from clean carbohydrates. That's where we're going to get our energy to work out, to build the gains, to put on the muscle.
So you gotta make sure you're finding the right protein, because I know a lot of guys that are trying to buy the right proteins, but they end up buying the fatty ones, and then it's so hard to burn fat, right? Because you're eating so much extra calories.
So Mike's trying to tell me that a lot of people have a lot of problems trying to burn off fat, and yeah, that's probably true considering the fact that their diets are high in fat. And the best part about a vegan lifestyle is the fact that you can basically eat as much as you want.
No, basically you can eat all you want.
With the whole high carb, low fat, so fruits and vegetables, rice and potatoes, these things basically follow the high carb, low fat. I mean, everything roughly falling under a 10% fat, 10% protein, 80% carbohydrates. And when you eat these foods, your body can't get fat off of them because it's so clean, and your body burns off all the fuel correctly, and you just feel great all day, never having to worry about how much fat you're having and how much protein you're getting, because your body can absorb and process the fruits and vegetables. Whereas when you're eating the animal products, which is high in protein, high in fat, high in chemicals, high in steroids, high in all that garbage your body doesn't actually need, when you put that into your body, that's when your body starts putting on the weight, starts having a negative reaction to the food that you're eating.
So you're telling me as long as I don't eat fat, I'm not going to get fat?
80-20. This is probably one of the higher ones. The highest ones I've seen is 60-40. 60% lean, 40% of fat. That is like, it's just terrible for you. 85-15. 90-10.
What makes sense? Do you get fat from eating sugar? Do you get fat from eating vegetables? Do you get fat from eating anything else? Or do you get fat from eating fat? It would just make sense that the amount of fat you're eating is the amount of fat that's going to be stuck in your body, because your body has a hard time processing it, because we are naturally herbivores and you can't process the meat properly. Therefore your body has to stick it in places that it normally doesn't, to cope with the fact that you're eating all this fat and chemicals.
Alright, Mike, we'll give you one more chance.
Mass building supplements. Now, you guys know about my take on supplements. I don't really take a lot of supplements. Man, we're doing close grip bench, I was doing overhead dumbbell extension, cables, man, and drank my afterburn fuel, so I'm still feeling pretty good, but totally exhausted.
Didn't he just say that
I'm hearing a whole lot of backpedaling here.
What afterburn fuel is, it's a pre-workout supplement that I created a while back. I drink it before every single workout. It gets me jacked. Afterburn Fuel is available for you guys now. I have a discount link below. If you guys want to get your hands on Afterburn Fuel, click the link below this video.
So Mike advises us not to take supplements, and now he's advising us to take his supplements.
Mike, I wouldn't take your advice on how to tie my shoes.
Hey guys, it's Mike, and today I have some more advice for you on tying your shoes. But first, we're gonna need our magic red drank here to make sure we have the intensity and make sure that our muscles have the endurance that we need to get the job done. Now that the intensity's there, let's tie our shoes.
When it comes to getting ripped, you gotta make sure the calories that you eat is low enough so this way it gives your body an excuse to burn fat.
Now, Mike, the most basic thing to remember here is that when you don't eat fat, you don't need to burn the fat.
My protein, if you guys haven't seen this is my protein. It's called muscle protein.
Protein, protein, protein. If I gotta hear protein one more time, I'll tell you, Mike, you've been eating so much protein, it's starting to clog up your head.
Another added bonus when you go vegan, you don't have to worry about protein anymore. As long as you're eating enough calories from fruits, vegetables, rice, potatoes, you will get all the protein that your body needs to build muscle.
So Mike, it's over. Just stop. We're sick of it. Why don't you actually start pushing some stuff that's gonna help people instead of just trying to help your bank account. I mean, your secret fat burner is only burning people's money, and so if you keep making these tapes about this garbage, we're gonna keep making tapes about it, exposing the truth. So it's no more fatty foods for life. It's fruits and vegetables for the win.